Member's time has expired. Order. Stephen Browning.
Mr Speaker, the Ministry of Primary Industries was informed last October that milk was contaminated with DCDs, dicyanamide. What did they do with that information? Did they inform all other milk processors immediately? No, they didn't. No, Mr Speaker, they didn't. Fonterra and MPI sat on it. They sat on it right through for another 3 months into 2013 before they let the community know, before they let their trading partners know, before they let the other processors who were just as likely to be affected by contamination of milk by DCDs. So what was this? This was a major, basically cover-up, damage control operation by part of the industry, not all of the industry. They couldn't even participate, they weren't told. The Official Information Act papers that the Green Party have obtained show that the team working on this issue was almost singularly focused on not letting the story get out. And what was their concern? Well, they had quotes like, "It was agreed that Fonterra, that until the meeting with Fonterra, that until the meeting till the 21st of January, the issue would stay between just those two parties without involving other organisations. And they needed to be careful of the time frame between being made aware of the issue and communicating this to the public." This is the public that could buy something that may or may not have been contaminated, and there's obviously a range of views on the risks to that public. They had contingencies for when the balloon went up. They had words like the run-up to D-Day. Ideally, we'd have no media coverage. Our regulators should be concerned with food safety, producing high-quality products, and our international reputation needs to be maintained. And clearly that was part of that, but was that the right way to go around it? It certainly wasn't. Not keeping food contamination a secret. Being open and letting people know what was going on straight away would be a good idea, and I'm sure there have been lessons learned. But that was 3 months later before they made it public. Not only that, Fonterra has got a lot to answer for because they had results from August 2012. And MPI decided to tell the world it was September, but they actually had them earlier. The results were coming through August 24, 27th. They did know that back then. But there was another issue in behind there. In the meantime, while this was all happening, the Fonterra share float happened. And of course, while that happened, and a number of people here will have been at Darfield opening the big new factory on November the 30th, when the share float effectively happened, and it went up 20% in value in the first few minutes. But all that time, they were sitting on the fact that they had something that they knew would affect markets and would affect the reaction of people to that share float. Exporters reported very, very quickly that sales fell through the floor after the news broke. Is there an alternative? Of course there's an alternative. We don't need to be using theoretical silver bullets that will bite us in the butt because they are a short-lived, unsustainable solution to an unsustainable farming system. There are good solutions, and the solutions are in sustainable farming systems, genuinely sustainable farming systems that tick all the boxes. They ensure farm profitability, like organics can do and does when it's given the opportunity in this country and not suppressed by government or the principal sector people. Clean, safe food is possible in this country, and as I say, it's profitable as well. Organics, for example, has just gone up 28% in demand in 2012, 30% up in prices as well. I note that MPI, when they've ever looked for DCD, even when they tested further back in 2010 themselves, They didn't even do it properly. They looked when there was a narrow window that they wouldn't be found, and they're in areas that they wouldn't be found. We can do better, Mr. Speaker, and organics is part of it.
Members' time has expired. Louise.